Have you heard? Have you heard? Come closer. Come closer. Let me tell you what's going on in Finland. Do you know that the Finland we are living in right now, as in Finland of today, you go to bed knowing that in Finland you are not supposed to, let's say, pay for the air you breathe. You wake up in the morning, they tell you now they are charging you for the air you breathe. Anyways, that was just a joke, but that's how it, like, that's Finland. Because I was like, what do I even, like, how, I don't even know what to talk about because there are so many every day in the news. Like, you wake up, oh, now we are changing this, now we are doing this, now we are doing that, now we are taxing this, now we are removing this benefit, now we are doing this, there is a cut in tax now. Like so much is happening in Finland, guys, that I just want to talk about the recent, as in when I talk about this as a recent ones. Finland is known for its the social benefits and everything, like helping out people, trying to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. And so many people love it here when it comes to like family. you know there is enough time for you to stay home when you have your child and you raise your children or your child, and just be in your child's life in that early stage. Okay, so you are not like, oh, when the child is 1 month, 9 months or 1 year, you're running and going back to work. And they actually made it so easy for parents or new parents, such that it's not just about the mother, even the dad can take parental leave. So that way it's shared. And the two of you can choose that, okay, you want the man to stay home longer or you want to stay longer. So it's so flexible and it's amazing. So it take off the stress from like, oh, now we have a baby. What are we going to do? What about my job? What about this or that? Let me establish it here. In Finland, you could stay with your child for 3 years. So if I have a child now, I can choose to say, oh, I want to be home with my child for three until my child turns 3. That's when I want to send my child to the daycare. So that's something that everyone enjoys here. For me, when I had my first child, I think I was home with her for like 1.5, yeah, 1.5 years. And it was amazing because at that time I was comfortable to go back to work. And even going back to work, I think I was working part-time during the first 5 months of her going to daycare because I really wanted her to settle. So all these things are amazing. Like, you're not under so much pressure. And it's not about you just staying home. So you get some social benefits that comes with you staying home. Okay, so you get like child benefits, child allowance. There are so many of them that I can't list them here, but you get, you know, like a compensation for staying home with your child. So that way, you are not just staying home and taking care of your child, and you're still so worried about, oh, how am I gonna food my bills? Like, recently, I think it's not that much, but I remember years back, and those that have been here way before I came can also testify that it used to be, a reasonable sum of money. So that way you take care of your child, and also if you're in a home where your husband is working full time and you are taking care of the child, it also eases the stress of your partner or your spouse. Okay. So that's something that has been praised. Like, people talk about it like a lot when it comes to you moving with your family or moving with the intention of raising your family in Finland. It is good. All right. So there was nothing like how long you live in Finland before you could do this. As long as you have the A permit, you're entitled to all these benefits. Okay. So I didn't even mention that when you have a child in Finland, when you it's the bills, like, it's nothing as compared to other countries. So you go through all the maternity whatever, and you come home, and then they are sending you 100 euros, 65 euros. Like, as compared to what I hear from other countries like the US, how much like the hospital bills you pay. So that's something that is praised here in Finland, and people from outside Finland also really love this. They talk about this a lot. So the proposal it states that for parents to get the child benefit, for them to be eligible, they must live here. They must have lived here in Finland for 3 years. So both of them. So it's like if I just move to Finland as a student, then I need to live here for 3 years. And my husband also needs to live here for 3 years before we'll be eligible for child benefit. So if you just move here and you get pregnant, you are not eligible. You will not be eligible for child benefit. All right, so that's the law. So if you haven't been here for 3 years and you have a child, then you'll not be eligible for this child benefit that used to be like it used to be free or available for everyone that lives here in Finland with an A permit. So as long as you're eligible to get Kelaka, to get other benefits, you are also eligible for this child benefit if you have a child. So, but now, according to this new law, you will not be eligible if you haven't lived here for up to 3 years. Okay, and this comes with the other changes in you getting a permanent residence. I talked about it here. So for you to become a permanent resident here in Finland, before you just after your 4 years, you just apply if you have a job. Okay, but now you need to write the Finnish language test. You pass it, and you also have to be employed or have a regular income for the past 2 years. And also the duration that you're supposed to stay live here in Finland, they've increased the number of years as well. Same with this with citizenship. So they've also been a lot of cuts when it comes to education. So when you see fees skyrocketing, when you see you applying for universities and you're paying you're paying the application fee. It started this year. This is the first year for paying application fee. Um, so if you also see increase in fees, if you also see different like implementation of fees when it comes to university, then just know that it has nothing to do with that set university. It's just a different cut, okay, from the government that is going on here in Finland. They are trying to save. It's all about saving money, like trying to save more money, taking from the different benefits, reducing them. Even the unemployment benefit, it has been reduced, and also the conditions, they've been increased. So it's like it's not like you just stay and you're not working. And I don't want to talk more about this because I know people that they genuinely want to work, but they couldn't find a job or couldn't get a job, okay, at that period. So they shouldn't be penalized because there are people that don't want to, that are, insulting the system. Obviously, there are people like that in like every country. So they've been a cut in the unemployment benefits. They've been cutting all the benefits, housing benefits, everything. So why am I saying this? I talk about Finland, and mostly international students, when they move to Finland, most international students, when they move to Finland, they move with the intention of staying. Okay, so they don't just want to study and go. They actually want to integrate. They actually want to make Finland their second home. So this is something that you encounter, of course. For example, if you're moving as an international student and you're moving with your family, you're moving with your husband, okay, or you're moving with your wife, obviously you have intention of having kids. So if you move here and during the first year, boom, your wife is pregnant. So don't expect to get the child benefit. So that's why I'm talking about this. Or if you move here as an employed person and then you lost your job, or something happened to your job. So don't be like, oh, I'm gonna sit and get an unemployment benefit. They've cut everything. That money, when you look at it now, it's like almost nothing. And that's if you be eligible to get in the first place. So everything is changing. That's why I'm talking about this thing, so that you are informed and you're aware as to what is going on in Finland right now. I hope, I just hope this information is helpful to just one person, because it's very important if you're moving here, okay, in this 2025. It's not easy. A lot of things are changing. I'm just like, maybe one day I'll just wake up and they will say, now this is going to happen. That is going to happen. I talked about the vocational schools. They are planning to implement fees for vocational schools as well. And even if you've been living here in Finland and you are not a Finnish citizen, like if you are a citizen of a third world country, obviously you pay fees when you're going to vocational schools. But it's not, it wasn't like that before. So let's see, and let's pray that we'll have a new government very soon. Or this one will try to make things better for us. So it's not easy. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Do it to like this video and follow me on Facebook, or Students in Finland, and also on TikTok, Tabi Emilia. Okay, have a blessed day. Bye.